Hey, what's going on, man? It is your boy Indy Uchiha. That's Mr. Nerd Mix Alpha himself, and I'm here on behalf of APlus Opinions to bring you for the review. Yes, it's been a minute. We've been waiting on this for a while. I think they first started announcing that they might do a movie like in the early 2000s or something like that, but it's not a movie, but it is a television series that is airing on Paramount Plus of all places. Just weird when I believe Showtime is the one that's like producing the project or whatever. But we finally got our Halo content that we wanted, live action Halo, which is taking some liberties in building their own type of storyline, but still keeping the core story of everything that's happening, everything's going on within it. But they're taking game lore, book lore, different stuff like that, and they're bringing us some what I feel is a refreshing spin on what you're going to get when it comes to this series. Now, the one thing that did stand out to me about this particular episode is that when you're playing Halo, the Spartans, you know what I'm saying, the USNC are basically the heroes. You know what I'm saying? That there's never any thought that these weren't the guys that you wanted on your side. But it just feels like a strange time with this thing coming out, especially when I guess Halo Infinite is doing okay. The Halo series isn't as big as what it used to be back on the Xbox at Xbox 360. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: when thinking about could Halo stand up in some type of sci-fi entertainment, and everybody's worried about it, you don't have to worry, because in this first episode of Contact, it was dope. It had everything you needed, from great CGI graphics to action to building to world building that feels like it's a part of the game that you wanted to know. You know, that we didn't get. Now, the TV series, I believe, is not canon per se. It kind of feels like it's in an alternate timeline, but because of that, it kind of lets the creators do what they want to do with different concepts from, like I said, the games, books, and comics, to be able to get them to fit into what would be a cohesive story and give us a fresh spin on what's going on. Now, when we jump off into this, I think the name is Kwan. I think that's what you pronounce her. Is the daughter of the general that's leading a home or a settlement on Madrigal, which is trying to kind of seek their own independence from the government, and the government that basically produced the Spartans and everything, and they basically run all of Earth's human colonies, and they're going in space, and they kind of got like this thing where it seems like the UNSC is the villains of what's going on, and the Spartans are like their spear that are going, just forcing all these colonies into what they're into being under them, right? So we get to see Master Chief. We all know what the Spartans are. They're like enhanced soldiers. They got crazy technical powered armor, and they're just the ones that you do not want to mess with. They're the John Cena's of the video game world. They just keep coming, you know. So it's crazy when it comes to that. But like I said, in this series from the jump, you feel like they're not treated as heroes. They seem as like almost, I feel like it's kind of a Star Wars-esque comparison, which I know is kind of weird to do, or the easy way to try to explain this when it comes to like the Empire and all that stuff. That's how they're looked at. And nobody knows about like the Covenant, but when the Covenant attacks and Quan watches all her friends die, and then like everybody in the colony dies except for Quan, Master Chief and them come in, and they only save one person. It's nuts when you think about, when you play the game, you think how Master Chief is just like this ultimate badass, and for them to go into a colony and it feels like they're not worried about the people at all, they're just trying to just take out the Covenant, and then people are just dying left and right. One, they got there late to start off with, you know what I'm saying, and then only one person lives, and they didn't even think one person lived until Master Chief saw her, and it's like one human female, you know what I'm saying, is alive. It's crazy. But they get there, they find this place where the Covenant is like digging for like these artifacts or whatever it is, and Master Chief touches it, and when he touches it, it makes him remember like his lost childhood and family, and that creates a problem for the UNSC scientist played by Natasha McAlone, playing Catherine Hazley. I don't have no idea how to pronounce that, and she's the creator of the Spartan program. And then you have this lady who is an admiral, Margaret, who is like the intelligence master, and she's more concerned about the Spartans and them being like living weapons and being able to be controlled, right? So when they see this happens, they basically have which I'm telling you, these action scenes that we had, especially with how beautiful the Covenant looked with the CGI and everything like that, dude, it was just flipping amazing how perfect everything looked to me. I was really intrigued, and I watched it in low quality because my internet was kind of like messed up, so like it was kind of, but and it still looked pretty good to me. So the action was dope, the soundtrack was dope. Master Chief was Master Chief. I know a lot of people had an issue with Master Chief removing his helmet, but we're going to get into that a little bit. I want to go back to my notes about what we're talking about, but like we said, when he touched that, they want him to come back. They want him to bring that artifact back, right? And Admiral Margaret is like, hey, we're gonna take this little girl out because she doesn't want to cooperate with what's going on. And that's Catherine Hazley's daughter is the one who was trying to talk to the young girl and was trying to tell her what she needed to say. And they wanted her homeland to pledge their allegiance to the UNSC, and she wasn't having it because that ain't what her daughter or what her dad lived by. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of weird because now they want this girl dead, and they ordered Master Chief to do whatever it was in order to kill her, but he wasn't having it because he's having all these types of feelings and stuff now since the artifact did that. So now they're ordering Chief and Quan to return to base for a debrief, but that you felt like they were just ordering them to die. I mean, they literally mobilized the entire military plus the other Spartans to take down Master Chief. But what happens is that attempt fails, and those Chief and Quan end up just taking off, heading into a galaxy far, far away, hopefully to try to discover the Halo ring, which the game and the series is named after. Really love the other Spartans, how they interacted with Master Chief, how they bow down to him. Really love Catherine Hazley's character, played by Natasha, and just how she is only worried about it feels like the growth of what she's creating. She's really into what she's doing, and she's the only one that knows anything about what's going on. So she's created this, I guess, job security for herself was going, but they really don't feel like they want to rely on the Spartans. They want to use their military to see what's happening. So the dynamic between her and Admiral Margaret is going to be interesting, and her husband, who seems like he's a higher up also, and the daughter. I really want to see more of what that relationship is going to be about. But a lot of people, I think, from what I was reading, had a problem with Master Chief removing his helmet, felt like it was anticlimactic. But I really feel like the point of when he did it, in order to calm this young girl down and just let her know that he wasn't going to harm her, to me made total sense in the situation of what happened, and was probably the best move when it went. And it humanized the Spartan character to let her know that I am one of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to hurt you. If I wanted to do something to you, it could have been done already. Let me help you. Let me save us. And to me, that was the perfect moment for that to happen. I know a lot of people, because we never seen Master Chief without his helmet off, where blah blah blah. That was such a nah, bro. That was perfect for how it was written, and humanized Master Chief actually brings to me more to the story than this walking war machine that can't be harmed. There's a bunch going on in this episode, like I said, with Hazley's daughter, Miranda, the cloning project that has something to do with Cortana, Maquis, a human raised among the Covenant is I haven't played all of the Halos. I'm really not big up on Halo lore, but I love the game, and it's in a I'm being honest with you guys. I never really played through the story. When I hop on Halo, I'm going straight online. You feel me? So I never really got into the story. I'm online trying to get my kill count up. So seeing this Maquis, a human raised among the Covenant, reading these stories and seeing what's going on. Quan's home planet producing a drug for everything from basically powering starships to getting high, kind of like the spice from Doom. It makes a lot, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to try to fit into a premiere episode, but it sets up so many different branching stories for the future of what we're going to see in this series that it makes you excited on where they can go. Madrigal kind of feels like Tatooine. It's just I don't know if they were trying to make this show different from Star Wars, but it really has a Star Wars feel, and that might not be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? And I although it went, I just want to see what this would be if it had a bigger budget. You know what I'm saying? If it had a Star Wars budget, it looks really good right now, but the sound effects, the nostalgia, the close-up shots, the faraway shots, the fight choreography, the elites we got to see. I mean, the elites felt heavy, they felt deadly. It just played really good and gave you everything you would want to see from like the opening of the game. Like think about Halo 1 when you drop right into the combat and everything you see that's going on, and then just being able to see that live action felt good to me. So far so good when it comes to this episode of Halo. Contact has me locked in to want more. And hey, me making a joke among nerdom, Contact gave me a Contact high, and I can't wait to hit it again. Right? You guys get it. Let me know what you thought about this episode of Halo, and if this is a series you guys are into, and if the wait was worth it. You know what I'm saying? Because right now I feel like it's okay. I don't know if it was worth it, but it was definitely something entertaining to watch. Leave your comments on how you felt in the description box, in the comment box below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you know every time we drop some brand new content. And yes, guys, yes, I will be covering every episode of Halo until I get bored. So it might be next week. But until then, keep tuned in to APlus Hero Report. Please subscribe to the channel. Check us out on our Discord. And until next time, as always, keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix. Indy out, baby. Halo. Man, gotta love it. Holla at your boy.